Hello, my name is John Revolinsky. I'm here at the Dexter Company with a group of people who have quit smoking over the past 8 weeks. We've organized a freedom from smoking class here, and we have a number of very brave and very good people here who have completed our course. This is the very end of the freedom from smoking program. This is our final session, our 7th session. What we wanted to do was to go on the air and just give a chance for the community to hear the stories of some of the different people. I think, you might find it inspiring, hopefully, get some tips from it. Let's just start off. Let's just talk to, I'm going to kind of choose you guys individually here, and we'll just see. What I'd like to do is, maybe Alan, you're sitting right next to me. Alan, how much did you smoke before this program?
Just about a pack a day.
Pack a day.
Yes.
And how did it go for you? I mean, you've been smoke-free now for how long?
For a month.
A month.
It's been rough.
Has it?
It's real rough, yes.
And you're still dealing with some cravings too, aren't you?
Oh, yes. Feel like I probably will for quite a while.
Do you feel better physically? Do you notice some benefits that way?
Yes. Yes, not nearly as short of breath, and things smell better.
Sense of smell came back. How many notice the sense of smell has come back a little bit? How many notice the sense of taste came back a little bit more than you would like it to? How about your wife? I know that she's really appreciated the fact that you quit smoking. Has it been a little hard on her, though, the fact that you're going through this?
I think so. She's been very supportive in the whole thing. Has gone for walks with me when she probably hasn't felt like it, just so I don't have a cigarette. She's been real good to me.
One of the things we do here on the Freedom from Smoking program is isolate the times a day that are most dangerous for us, that are the biggest triggers for us to actually have a cigarette. And I know for you, Alan, you were saying that it was always after dinner that you'd really want to have a cigarette. Well, what would you do then, instead of smoking?
We either go for a walk, I go for a bike ride, or I go to my workshop and make some sawdust. Just do my hobbies.
So you just would get busy.
Right.
Yeah, and instead of smoking. Good for you. Good for you. So I know that I saw you the other day in the hardware store, and Alan said to me, "Well, when do the cravings go away? I still always want to have a cigarette." And we talked about today, even after quitting for 6-7 weeks that we've been, actually quit smoking. It can be that we still have those cravings, that it's still right there. But for some people, they kind of go into the next phase where it's a little more even keel. It evens out. And Debbie, you were saying that you kind of felt like you're in that. You're not like constantly grappling with a desire to smoke.
I just really have trouble, I guess, late at night when I've sat down to watch TV. So I get up and I get a glass of water or just go do something else. I haven't watched much TV in the last month. I'm getting along pretty well.
So purposefully you haven't watched much TV, or you've just been busy anyway? Or?
Well, I've been busy, but purposely late at night I just don't watch a lot of TV because that's when I want one. Idle time.
Right.
Tight on my hands.
That's been one of the main points here of the course, is to fill that idle time, get busy, doing something meaningful, do something different, so that we're not just going to smoke the cigarette. Do something more constructive. Well, for you. It hasn't seemed like to be that big a struggle, but you told me that you were actually surprised that it works for you, weren't you?
But I only smoked a pack every other day, so I wasn't a real big smoker, but I began to feel the effects in my own lungs and coughing in the morning and just needed to take care of it. So I'm doing great.
Have you tried to quit other times?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I tried 2 years ago, and just trauma in my life at the time, it didn't succeed.
So now that you're a non-smoker, you feel like it's going to be a permanent thing for you?
I'm proud to say I'm a non-smoker. I really am. And good to sit in a non-smoking section in a restaurant. Kind of fun.
Good for you.
Different area.
Yeah, good for you. It's a new kind of, a new
The new me.
new you, exactly. New personality. Dan, you want to talk about your experience a little bit? As part of this freedom from smoking class, what we do is we prepare to quit. We have 2 sessions where we really study our smoking habit. We look at, what triggers our smoking. We really study what we could do as a substitute, as an alternative to smoking, those triggers. And then we actually take the plunge. We actually quit cold turkey. We have a little quit ceremony. But Dan, you didn't wait for a quit ceremony, did you?
No, what happened was I was already a little prior planning. I had a quit date already set for myself. It just so happened that my workplace decided to sponsor a quit smoking seminar, and I signed up for the class, and they just happened to start at the same time, my quit day and the first class that we attended. So, and it helped come to the classes, talking to the people, seeing what was going on, find out the different things to do. So yeah, doing a little prior planning in the class, it all helped.
Do you feel that the support from the group here has been useful for you, just to kind of have a group to report to and somehow publicly give your progress to everybody? Has that been helpful for you?
Oh yeah, it's all been helpful. It's kind of a challenge with one another, let each other know, hey, I think I can do better than you, and then they kind of fight back and forth, and we're all doing good though.
Yeah. It's pretty incredible to have a room full of people, to quit smoking for a month. It takes a lot of willpower. Has it been like a real willpower issue for you? I mean, you constantly are dealing with the cravings?
Yeah, I dealt with them quite a bit, and then of course, there's always other stuff going on in your life that's gonna add to it, and so yeah, you got the cravings for quite some time.
You feel like they're less now? Are you a little bit over the hump?
Quite a bit over the hump now. I can be around people that do smoke, don't bother me like it used to. So yeah, I'm quite a bit over the hump now.
You were saying before that even, having a few drinks with someone that, they were smoking, but you were able not to smoke. Did it take a lot of effort not to do that, or it was just sort of natural? You kind of see yourself as that new person now?
Not at all. I was able to, turn away the cigarettes. They'd kind of jokingly offer me a cigarette, and I'd be able to turn it away, and then, in turn, insult them and ask them why do you think you need to smoke, things like that. So, kind of joking around people.
You're getting a lot of support from your daughter, aren't you?
A lot of support from her. She's been keeping track of the days better than I have. How long it's been since I've had one, so she's a big influence in my life. She's my world.
That's great. Well, that's important to have some, a reason. One of the techniques that we use here on this course is to have a little card where we write down for ourselves, just personally, the reasons that we want to quit smoking. My 5 top reasons for quitting smoking. And we keep that card kind of close, and I know some of you mentioned that you actually had a chance to pull that out, and that it did make a difference, to kind of remind ourselves for those reasons why we want to quit. Karen, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about your experience. I'm so proud of you, the fact that you've been able to be smoke-free for this past month. Why don't you, I'm going to hand you the mic, and I'll just ask the questions from here. Do you mind talking a little bit on it? Is that all right? Yeah. Well, tell us, tell us about your smoking habits, before you quit smoking. How many cigarettes were you smoking?
Probably pretty close to 2 packs a day.
2 packs a day.
Yeah, it was to the point where I was waking up in the middle of the night smoking.
Every couple hours, you were saying
Yeah.
you
Every
would
2 or
wake
3
up and
hours.
have a cigarette.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty heavy addiction to nicotine.
Expensive too.
Yeah, I bet. How did you do it? How have you been able to be smoke-free? What did you do?
I had some pretty strong motivation. And And my kids.
Your kids have been very supportive also.
Oh, yeah.
They really want you to quit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they didn't like the smell of it and didn't like being around it or anything, so, yeah, they've been real good.
Now, I know that you've taken advantage of some of the nicotine replacement therapy and the Zyban. Has that been helpful for you?
Oh, yeah, I laugh all the time.
The Zyban makes you a little giddy and stuff, you mean?
Oh, yes.
And but the nicotine replacement, I think, especially for you, was a very appropriate thing. Now,
Yeah.
So how did that go? You went on to the strongest one, and now you're down to the second stage,
Second,
right?
yeah. It was a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be. I thought I would be able to go right into the third one real quick, but it'd be probably this weekend or so because I'll be on vacation.
So do you think you think you're over the hump, or?
Oh, no,
Yeah.
no.
Because you're still dealing with those cravings, aren't you? You were saying, like, when you go to break, where's my cigarettes, right?
Yeah. And just to want one.
Yeah. Do you see yourself as a non-smoker now?
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
I still dream. I dream about it though a lot more than I thought I would.
You dream that you're smoking.
Yeah.
Were you pretty much smoking in your dreams before, smoking all night.
Well, yeah, but that was the real thing.
Well, people are watching this in their homes. They're thinking, gee, I know a smoker. Maybe I am a smoker. Do you have any words? How do you feel? Going from 2 packs a day down to nothing. What has it done for you physically? How do you feel now after a month?
Pretty good, other than the few pounds I put on, but
A few pounds.
yeah. But other than that, pretty good. I really do.
Feel more energy?
Yeah, and when I go someplace, when you're a smoker and you go and driving, doing a lot of smoking while you're driving, one of the first reactions is to grab your cigarettes, or if you don't have them, it's like, oh, where are they? And I like that. I like that, being able to get in and go someplace and not feel like if I don't have them, I'm going to go nuts. I like that. I like that a lot.
Some freedom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot freer, yeah.
That's great. It's inspiring.
And I've really noticed how bad cigarettes smell.
Other people's cigarettes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the smoke, the rooms, yeah,
Your sense of smell has come back a lot.
yeah.
What's a great thing? Anyone else want to talk about their story? Dennis, can we talk to you a little bit? Sure, okay. Yeah. Maybe I'll just come over here and talk to you just because So, Dennis, tell us a little bit about your story. How much were you smoking before this class?
A pack a day, and that was after 44 years of smoking.
44 years.
44. I started when I was 14 years old.
Now, have you quit before?
I had tried.
And how long did you stay smoke-free then?
10 days.
10 days. And now, how long have you been smoke-free now?
Out of the 7 sessions, maybe 6 of them.
Right. Which has been over the last several weeks. So I think our quit day was May 18th. Today's June 15th. So it's been over almost a month then.
Almost a month, yeah.
Did you think you could do it for that time?
No, I didn't. I really didn't think I could do it.
Now, how have you been able to do it? How have you, what's the secret? I think a lot of people are out there, it's so obvious the dangers of smoking. All you got to do is look at the warnings on the pack and you know how bad it is for you. A lot of people out there and they're thinking, gee, I really would like to quit, but I just can't do it. I don't have the willpower. It takes a real special person to be able to do it. But, what was the trick? What was the secret for you?
Well, looking at my own health, high blood pressure and cancer in the family, and stuff like that. And I want to be around a while longer. I'm 58 years old now, and I'd like to see at least 78, at least.
Your wife's been really happy that you quit, hasn't she?
Yeah, and I've done it for her because she's also because she's asthmatic. Although I never smoked in the house, but I would in the car, and I was driving down the road with the window down so the smoke would go out and she wouldn't catch any of it. But and that's the hard part there, traveling and not having a cigarette.
You find that's one of your most difficult times. That's because that's been a trigger for you.
Yeah.
That's been your time to smoke a cigarette was in the car.
Yeah.
So what do you do now in the car instead of smoking?
Turn the radio up loud.
All right.
Find my favorite country station and just play it as loud as I can.
That helps.
Yeah, it does.
So there's some of these little tips from this course. There's the 4 Ds that we talk about, and one of them is distract ourselves.
Yeah.
And so that's what you did on that, and that works for you.
Yeah, it did. That, and then I talked to my wife more while we're traveling. Used to be I wanted to drive, I didn't want to talk. So, but we talk a little more traveling.
You went out to a family reunion recently, didn't you?
Well, actually, family reunion, and I had a sister that had some surgery done, so some major surgery. And yeah, we went up for that.
Were they impressed that you had quit smoking?
Very impressed. In fact, they wish they could do it, but I said, well, it isn't really that hard if you set your mind to it. You just got to do it for yourself.
Dennis, you seem to be sort of at peace about it. You were saying, I feel like you're kind of in the second phase of quitting, where you actually kind of leveled off a little bit. You're not constantly kind of tormented by the craving so much, are you?
Not anymore. I mean, there are times, but they're not as common as what they were. Restaurants are still hard, especially if I'm sitting too close to the smoking section.
You actually find that appealing to have sitting near the smoking section? That's a
Well, like Karen,
temptation for you?
like Karen, the smell is disgusting coming from there,
Yeah.
and it doesn't help your appetite any.
That's the thing. A lot of times non-smokers tend to be the or former smokers, people who have quit smoking, tend to be the most militant anti-smokers because they just can't stand to be around it.
Yeah.
At first it's sort of, you see people doing that behavior and you kind of like miss that kind of fun thing to do or something. But then after a while you start smelling that noxious smoke, and it's like you become more sensitive to it, having taxed your lungs for that many years. You become more sensitive to that secondhand smoke. So
Oh, yeah, that's very true. And there are times when, if I'm around a large group of people and there's a lot of smokers there, it does bring out that feeling of need for a cigarette.
Yeah.
You just got to distract yourself from it.
well, I'm sure your wife appreciates it a lot.
Yeah. Not quit taking it out on her.
Well, that's important. That's been an issue for some of us here. A little, in the first days of quitting, some emotions coming up, some real, a lot of anger and things. I think, but it seems now that it's been almost a month, most people are over all that, and there's still some cravings coming up, but seems to have settled out pretty well. I know that not everybody wanted to actually say a whole lot today, but anybody have any parting words, any final words of wisdom for people who might be watching? Or all right, go ahead. You have something?
If you feel they want to quit, sign up in a non-smoking program. I think it's probably the best thing that anybody can do for themselves.
We are going to be offering this course to the public in the fall. We haven't set the dates yet, but we will be announcing it. There'll be announcements on here on FPAC. And so you would recommend this course to a smoker who's interested in quitting?
Oh, yes, I would.
The support, everybody's nodding here. So the support from the group, I think, is really important. Just having that opportunity to kind of publicly in a group to make that statement, to give a report. You have people to actually report to. It's not just you that you're dealing with, but it's a group situation. That makes a difference, doesn't it, George?
Yes, it does.
Dennis, yeah.
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
All right. Well, there's also a toll-free number that people can call. I know we called it here in class just to see if someone was there, and there was someone there. And they are very happy to offer help to anyone who wants to quit smoking. The number is 866, the letter U, can try. I'm not sure what the numerical equivalent of that is, but that is a toll-free number here in Iowa. It's called the Iowa Quitline that people can call. And so it's
822-6879.
So it's the number is 1-866.
822-6879.
So if people don't want to wait till the fall to quit smoking, want to start getting the benefits now, go ahead and try that number. They're very happy to help you, give you some counseling over the phone, send you some materials, different things. It's not something you want to wait on. So
I think we ought to encourage other companies to do as the Dexter Company did and sponsor a program for their employees. They'll find that their employees will be more responsive and they'll be just a better crew to work with if they do that.
yeah, I really do want to commend the Dexter Company. They've been great, very generous with the time of their employees here to take this course, offering the cessation aids, and they even have a little incentive here. Anyone who's still smoke-free after 3 months after the quit day, which is going to be August 18th, here at Dexter, we'll get a $50 gift certificate for a dinner for two or however many at a restaurant here in Fairfield. Well, to close our little program here, we are closing our course, and I want to give our little certificate of quitting. This is the American Lung Association Freedom from Smoking Clinic program. The certificate of quitting is congratulations to the person who quit here for quitting smoking. You have hereby taken one of the most significant steps towards protecting your health and increasing your years of physical well-being. Welcome to the ranks of non-smokers. So the first one I have here is for you, Dan Nordyke. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Debbie Stickles. Congratulations. James Seitz. Alan Crandall. Congratulations. Karen Helmick. Congratulations. Fran Stewart, not a Dexter employee, but someone who's joined our course here. Congratulations. Dennis Smith. Good job. Congratulations. And Willie Irvin. So, I want to thank our courageous non-smokers here from Dexter for being on the television, having their graduation ceremony taped here, and congratulate you all again, for your courage and your very, very, very good sense to quit smoking and enjoy good health and have more years to enjoy your family and your life. So, thanks everyone for watching.